Check, check, mic check, check. Welcome inside the Colchester Legion Stadium. Under 16 AAA action. Nova Scotia Under 16 AAA Hockey League. Fundy Thunder host the Cape Breton Jets. Noah Poirier here with you on High Button Sports. Thanks for tuning in. Fundy comes into this game with a record of 7-13-3, tied in the standings with the aforementioned Jets, who are 8-18-1, but take into the fact that Fundy has played 4 less games than the Jets as we head down to the final stretch here in the regular season. Cooper Collins, number 34, gets a starting goal for the Thunder. At the other end, it will be number 72, Daniel Levat, in between the pipes for the visitors. No action last week in the league as a lot of the teams are taking part in the Spud tournament over on Prince Edward Island. Back to regularly scheduled programming. Here is an early hit by Cooper Singers. He drops lead just in front of the Fundy bench. Garrett Cyril call up for the Thunder wearing number 25. He tried to get it out of the zone, couldn't. And Lee will fire it right back in for Cape Breton. Stopped up behind the net. Here's Cooper Singer, the former Truro Bearcat player. Sent back into the Fundy zone. Singer will send it up. Hit a piece of the stanchion and was caught in Fundy defensive zone, but they're finally able to clear. Back to collect was McIntyre for the Jets. Back the other way, Lee has a step. Teammates are changing as he's working in 1-on-5. Tried to stay with it. Atkinson will pick it up and leave it for the captain, Trent Uloff. He tried to feather it ahead. McIntyre picks that up for Cape Breton. Will send it down the ice. Will be an icing call against the visitors. Under a minute gone here in this contest. Face-off will come down to the right of Daniel Levat. Uloff in to take the draw for the Thunder. Thunder get possession off it, but it's turned over. Pitts held the line momentarily, but it's flipped the rest of the way by Morrison. Now Crawley, the leading scorer for the Jets, back the other way. He tried to hand it off for McIntyre, who had pinched up in the play off the point. It's turned back over. Thunder back the other way. Here's Uloff, has some speed. They're in the neutral zone. Tried to drive in with speed. Was poked off his stick. Here's Maddox Rennie. He's tripped up. The first penalty will come to the Cape Breton Jets here. 18:37 left in period number 1. Be number 71, Seth Black, going off for 2 or less for tripping as the face-off will stay inside of the Cape Breton end. Uloff right back in the dot to take the draw. They'll win that cleanly back as they look to set up. Singer has some room, pinches in off the line. His shot high and over the top of the net. Warwick providing the screen in front. Back to point, Uloff gets it back, sends one towards the goal. Levat might have got a piece of it, might have been deflected wide. Singer, backdoor pass, couldn't handle cleanly was Jude Cochran. Singer unable to hold the line. He'll have to retreat back to neutral ice. Has a man on him, has to be careful. So Ward was pushing in aggressively. Singer able to rim it all the way around the wall to Rennie. Rennie will leave it for Cochran. Cochran spins, but he gave it away. Back the other way. Good recovery there from Uloff, manning the other point. This could have been a 2-on-0 back the other way. Jets will get it out to center with 50 seconds gone in the penalty. Singer will work it on ice. Try to cut to the middle. Turned over. Flipped out to center by Matt Phillips. Uloff has Ward all over him. Ward extra aggressive on this PK. Trying to force the Thunder into a turnover. Both teams get some changes in. Here's Simon Pitts will lead the rush up ice. Drops it off, but dropped it right on the stick of Phillips. Now he has some speed down the left side. Phillips in. Fanned on it as a puck hopped on him at the last second. Back the other way, Cochran leads the rush up ice, pass it off. They have numbers. Shot comes in from Rennie as he whistled that high and wide. Moore turned it over, but he's able to recover and get it back down low. Rennie was pushing him from the point. He was looking for the pass. Beaver tapping up ice, but the puck just went behind him. Would have had a wide open opportunity in the slot. Some more aggressive forechecking on the PK will force Cooper Collins to cover up with just 9 seconds left in the penalty to Black. Both teams just sitting in that bottom half of the under-16 AAA Hockey League, looking to get on a bit of a hot streak here, going into playoffs. Not much time left. Back the other way. Tatry, the AP in. He'll line and fire as he swatted at it. What an effort by Logan Tatry. If he was able to make that go, that would have been on the high button highlight reel as soon as possible. Net off its moorings. Tatry wearing number 81. Puck was too far ahead of him. The only option he had was to dive for it and bat at it with one hand on his stick, and actually got a bit of heat on it. Just put it wide on the blocker side of Levat, but an excellent effort. The face-off will stay inside the Jets' end. Tatry, sharp angle shot, stop made by Levat. It's flipped out. Penny will knock it down. It will be a delayed high stick, but McIver will pick it up for Fundy to negate that high stick. Tatry will go off the glass, and McIntyre just unable to hold the line. It'll be an offside call against the Jets as the whistle's coming in hot and heavy here in the opening 4 minutes. Face-off comes just outside the Fundy line. It'll be Simmons in to take the draw against Gavin Moore. Simmons wins it back. Pemberton will try to swat it in. He didn't get it as far as he wanted. Thunder will pick up. Pass through the middle to Moore, hit his stick, and Penny spins and fires. Couldn't get that deep. Reed will pick it in. Sauce it out to the middle. Moore takes a big bump at center ice. As he battles with his man. Laba will step up and barrel over his man. Forward trying to dodge a check. Caught a piece of knee there. No call on the play. Laba will stay with it and leave it off for Reed. Reed up off the glass. Moore will give chase, but McIntyre will swing it ahead to center. Warwick was there to back it up. Jets are able to get it out to center. Here's Lee, has some speed, has two with him. He'll send one towards the goal. That's punched aside by Collins as Singer braces for his check and gets the best of Lee. Warwick will go into the far side corner. He'll flip it up and out and into the Cape Breton end. McIntyre. Blue liner, one of the leading scorers on this Jets team. He was able to get it out to center. Cyril will step in. He'll get it back in, but it's picked right back up by McIntyre. And a stretch pass the other way. Crawley try to weave his way inside out. Collins will slow that down and will cover up with just over 5 minutes gone here in this first period as Crawley gets mixed up with Singer in front of the net. Singer and Searle, both products of the South Colchester Minor Hockey Association down the road in Brookfield. Working on the blue line together this game. Thunder draw from Colchester, Cumberland, and some Pictou County players. Crawley will send it back to the point. McDonald walks the line, has some room. Shot. Swallowed up by Collins as he's able to stay square to that. Lee back in to take the draw against Ulof. Jets get possession off the draw. Crawley trying to work down low. He was pinned momentarily by Pitts. Zit swung around to the far side corner. Rennie has two Jets on him. Another pair of Thunder will come down to try to help out Fundy's leading scorer. Rennie somehow comes away with it. He'll pass it off rink wide. Jude Cochran waits for Rennie to get to the middle. Tried to pass it off, but the lane was closed off quickly by the Jets as Laba will swing it back down low. Rennie will pick that up. It might be an intentional offside. They might send this all the way down. Cochran and Rennie working that rush up ice. Those two weren't teammates last year as two played against each other in the under-15 league. And it will bring the face-off all the way back down into the Thunder end. McIntyre will spin, send it down low. Laba, head, that's picked up. Phillips will swing it right back down low. Morrison was down there trying to find it, couldn't. He'll get in on the forecheck now, and he'll cycle it back around to the far side. McIver takes a peek behind him as he braces for impact with his man, Phillips. They run into each other, bounce off the end wall, almost popped right back in front to Collins. They battle for it on that near side. Good pressure. Here comes out front. Shot just wide of the goal by Ward. Comes all the way back to the point. Here's Seth Black. Send it down low. Laba reads it well. He'll send it rink wide. Cogger. He'll work in on McIntyre. Lost it. Circles back. Takes a cross check. Is able to send it down low. McIver has some room. Shot. Saved by Levat. Swatted around to the far side. Thunder able to keep it in as it's sent back to the near side corner. Singer will give chase off the point momentarily as he'll send back to his blue line position as his team is in the midst of changes. McIntyre pushes it ahead, stays with it, and will push it through to Ward. Ward takes a hard bump from Cyril. Thunder will work it out. Moore cuts to the middle. In over the line, shot wide of the net as he takes a bump from Matt Phillips. Moore has his stick knocked out of his hand and a penalty upcoming. It's going to go against Cape Breton. Interference call. Bit of confusion in front of the Cape Breton bench. They don't know who took it. It's going to be Matt Phillips going off, and Fundy will head to their second power play of the game. .12:38 left to go. Thunder not much going for them on their first man advantage. Cogger jumped the gun on the draw, so they'll have to redo it. Moore wins it cleanly back. McIver manning the point. Pass it off. Moore has some room. Shot comes in. Levat makes a stop with a shoulder. Swatted around by Pemberton. He's able to clear the zone, and the Thunder will be forced to tag up. LeBlanc gets a stick on it, and he'll forecheck hard. McIver has to be careful. He'll pass it off to Pitts. Pitts back ahead to McIver. McIver sauces it through the middle. Ethan Atkinson will gain the zone entry. He'll rim it around. Didn't get a lot on it. LeBlanc will be first on as he drops a shoulder, but turned it right back over to Atkinson. Cycled to Cogger. In front, was looking for McIver pinching in. 45 seconds gone on the penalty. Atkinson goes rink wide. Moore couldn't find it in his feet. And it's cleared out to center ice by Penny. Penny stuck his man up high, caught Pitts under the cage area, tried to sell it a bit. No call on the play, and Penny was able to get the shot. Cogger work it up ice. A second power play unit coming on for the Thunder, so Cogger will just send one towards the net. Stop made by Levat as he steered that to the corner. Cogger will give chase as he tries to get under LeBlanc. LeBlanc able to fish it back, and Pemberton will rim it around the wall. Cochran will pick it up fresh off the bench. Down low, Rennie tried to go rink wide. Uloth was pinching in, pass didn't make its way through. Uloth will send it off for Singer. Singer, backdoor pass looking for Moore, comes out in front. Levat right there on the goal line, puck still loose, they score! I think it's Jude Cochran who got the last touch. It is. So there were three Fundy bodies in front. It was Cochran who caught Levat swimming in the crease. He cashes in on the power play. Fundy takes the lead with 10:59 to go here in the first. You can see what Fundy's trying to do there with getting it to the left point and trying to see the trailer come in back door on that glove side of Levat. Wasn't able to work, but they end up getting a chance out of it on a bit of a broken play. The shot from Moore, just trying to send one towards the net. Levat made the stop, but then he lost sight of it, got caught under him, stayed loose. Cochran was able to get the last touch. Jets pushing back here. Thatcher will get it to the point. McIntyre has barely left the ice in the period, it seems. Takes a couple bumps, but is able to get it deep. There's McIver. He'll swing it out. Thatcher working in one-on-one with McDonald. Tries to drop his shoulder, but McDonald able to stay on the inside. Cleared out to center. Sent right back in. Was nearly an offside. Now McIntyre back the other way. White stays with him. He's hauled down. Penalty upcoming. Flipped up and over the shoulder of Collins, but the penalty coming to Fundy, and Cape Breton will get their first power play of the game. It's going to be Jack White going off for hooking. Now, a weird play there is Thunder were trying to get it in. They go for the hard dump, hits the pant leg of the Jet, and as they were all kind of crashing in, it popped right back out. It was nearly a 2-on-0 back the other way. Thunder able to clear it right off the draw, as Levat will slow it down behind his net. Ulof in aggressively, almost forced the turnover. McIntyre was able to stay with it, but now Ulof working down low. He'll send it back out to center. Lee tried to one-touch it to the middle, but didn't get a lot on it. McIntyre took one right off the hand. He shakes that off, and Ulof back the other way, cuts to the middle, gets the shot on goal. Levat will make the stop. Trent Ulof, an excellent shift on the penalty kill here so far through the first 29 seconds. Thunder trying to push. McIntyre comes in off the point. That shot stopped by Collins. Sent back to the point. McIntyre is on, nearly turned it over. He's able to keep it in though. Good play to keep it in, but then it comes out to center. Crawley being worked over by Jacob Cogger. Crawley will hand it off. Phillips will weave past Cogger, and he has the puck now. Cuts down the left wing. Shot caught a stick, deflected up and into the glass. 30 seconds left in the penalty. The Thunder able to clear it out to center. Butters will send it across to Crawley. Crawley looking for an option up ice. Has some room. He'll just skate it out through the middle. Weaves back inside. Gains the line. Crawley stops up. Has McIntyre. Good move to work by Cochran. Cuts to the middle, and that shot blocked by Singer. So we approach the last 10 seconds of the penalty. Shot comes in, sharp angle. Collins able to stick tight to the post, make the stop. There's a penalty to White now over. And Fundy able to clear off their first penalty kill. Just over 8 to play here in this first period. Power play goal from Jude Cochran, the only tally so far. White will try to knock it ahead. Warwick goes off the boards. Moore able to push it ahead. Got it as far as center. He stays with it. And he'll dump it in. So he gives chase. Black takes a peek behind him. Will rim it all the way around. Does he take a bump along the wall? Pass through the middle. Is looking for Ward. Second chance as it hits a pair of skates. Jets were unable to find it. Moore will tip it ahead, head past center. And give chase as McDonald first on it for Cape Breton. Pass ahead. Absorbs the check and rink wide pass. Black will pick it up. Good pass ahead. Ward trying to make a one-touch move past Laba. Laba able to poke it off his stick and get it up ahead as Warwick will go off the glass and ahead to Moore. Tired unit on the ice here for Fundy. Pass across. Moore once again gains the line and will send it in deep as Fundy makes a full 5-man change. That allows Black to pick it up behind his own goal and slow the play down. Pass it off. LeBlanc. Stretch pass through the middle. That missed its mark, and Reed will send it back through the center ice. Ulof trying to pivot. Couldn't handle it cleanly. It's kicked ahead by Laba, and he bumps his man. Jets are able to work it ahead, but it's poked off a stick of Smith McNeil by Cochran. Jets will have to reset. Penny in over the line. Toe drag move, but he's stripped by Ulof. Swatted back in deep by LeBlanc. Long pass ahead. Cochran. Stop up. Circles wide. Tried to hand it down low to Rennie. He took a bump. in the back from Penny and is knocked to the ice. Takes a peek behind him for any call coming, but none is on its way. And now back up ice. Smith McNeil, he's tripped up by Searle, and the referees are going to let them play it out. After a couple early calls, sent in front, swung away by the Thunder, chipped out to center. Pemberton first on it. Passed it off. Penny leaves it for his man, and then Smith McNeil will come in. His shot didn't get a lot on it, but it was steered to the corner by Collins. Now a high stick called on the play. That'll slow things up. Just over 5.5 to go. Face-off will come just outside the Thunder blue line. Shots 7 apiece right now. All even pretty much, except on the score sheet where Cochran was able to find Twine as that's deflected up and into the Thunder bench. The face-off will go right back to the outside. It's going to move actually where it was tipped on the other side of the red line. Will come just outside the Jets' end. Lee in to take the draw against Gagnon. Jets win it. McIntyre goes D to D. Across to Pemberton. Pemberton stays with it. Will dump it in. Caught a piece of a Thunder body. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Crawley will swing it back down low. White behind the net. It's ahead. Tatry. Tried to go off the glass and out. Crawley will throw it right back in. White rink wide pass. Tatry goes skate to stick. He's able to move it ahead. He circles back. Tried to drop it off. Comes all the way back out to center. Laba will pass it off. Long pass ahead. Deflected by Tatry. Didn't get a lot on it. Second chance. That hits Pemberton. Butters will pick it up. For the Jets, he'll hand it off to Crawley and over the line. Had to slow up, make a move. Pass between his legs. Steered into the corner. Atkinson will go off the glass and out. McIntyre tried to stay with it. Nobody can find it in the maze of skates. Crawley does, and he'll weave his way into center. Moore able to poke it out to center as McIntyre will ram it right back down as he takes a bump from McIver. It was a delayed offside on the play, so things will be whistled down here as McDonald gets mixed up with, I believe, Pitts down low. I don't think nothing coming of it. Pardon me, that was Moore. So they got tangled up just on the near side boards, but looked like a little pat for each other. No harm, no foul. Moore will win that face-off straight back. Reed will have to retreat all the way behind the goal line. Pick up for Fundy. He'll pass it ahead. Pass through the middle. That was deflected. Comes out in the slot. Shot by Morrison. Another chance. Squeaks through. Puck still there on the goal line and cleared away right in front of the blue paint. Almost a carbon copy of Fundy's goal, except the Thunder able to keep it out. So it was blocked in front. Labo was right there on the doorstep. Might have got a piece of it. Fundy's able to clear. Here's Atkinson. Dump it in. He'll give chase as he's angled off by Ward. Warwick will come in and pinch deep. He tries to shield away from the puck. Atkinson down there to help. Warwick still stays with it. Send it back to the point. Singer walks the line. Stutter steps. Tries to find a lane. It was blocked. Comes out to center. Singer tries to stay with it as Morrison trying to force the turnover. Here's Warwick. Will dump it in as LeBlanc pinched. They'll jockey for position. This play comes to the far side corner, pulled through by Phillips. Now Phillips has some room to skate it up himself. Matt Phillips in over the line, cuts in, tried to cut in on goal. Searle able to keep him separated from the puck. Will harmlessly roll into Collins, and he'll cover up here with just over 3 minutes to play in the period. Puck will come out to center. Black with tons of room to pick it up. Penalty is going to be upcoming. It's going to be a slashing call against Penny behind the play. Fundy will get their third power play, convert on their last one. They'll win the draw back. Singer. Rink wide. Cochran will pick it up for the Thunder. He goes back across to Rennie. Singer. Pass off. Quick movement here. Ulof down low. Pass out. Singer has some room. Shoots. Just missed on the short side. Comes out through the legs. Went Cochran. Just missed. Good puck movement there from the Thunder. When Cape Breton's being aggressive, they know when to move the puck, and they're able to get open space, especially on that far side. Ulof will skate it out himself. McIntyre there to reach him, but Ulof will come away with it. Has some room down the left side. To the backhand. Levitt makes a stop. Spun away, so it didn't squeak through the 5-hole. .121 left to go in the power play. Back to point. Singer tried to pass it off. Back the other way. Singer able to hold the line again, or else it would have been a shorthanded break. Sent all the way out. Ulof couldn't handle it. Collins will rim it around. Smith McNeil able to play it perfectly and force the turnover, but he swung it back out front to nobody. Rennie will send it through the middle. Smith McNeil right there is able to knock it back over on Thundy's side of center. Rennie gains the line, ups it back. Cochran has some room in the middle. Shot blocked by Black. Smith McNeil will pick it up, pass it ahead to McIntyre. Rover out here. He's playing D, but he's playing forward half the time, it seems like, as he cuts in. Took a shot from a sharp angle, trying to get the short-handed a chance. Seeing Collins get mixed up after the whistle. 34 seconds left in the penalty. Cogger will work it out in the back half of this power play. Show the back, Atkinson. Up top, Pitts. Pass it off Moore. Has some room on that right side. Fires one and scores! Gavin Moore. A rocket. And that's another power play goal for the Thunder. They lead 2-0 late here in the first. That's both goals coming off plays from that right flank on the Fundy power play. Just Cape Breton not giving it enough respect. White tried to send it ahead through the skates of McIver as we come to the last minute of play in the period. Pitts, DDD pass, White up ahead. Tatry will send it in on goal. Lavat will cover it down. They'll steer it to the corner for Pemberton. Pemberton off the glass and out. Laba tried to punch it. Didn't get a piece of it. It'll be an icing call as White just gets there in time. 41 seconds left. Face-off will come back to the right of Lavat. Ulof in to take the draw. He's been great so far tonight. As I say that, he dropped one back, but I think he was trying to move it forward. Fundy will stay with it. Cochran gets his shoulder low, has some room, cuts in, stops up behind the net. Centers it, looking for Ulof. Had to take it on his backhand, couldn't take it cleanly. Now back the other way, Butters. Crawley knocks his man to the ice as he and Laba get tied up. 15 seconds left. Comes out, Lee. High sticked it, but Cochran will send it back and out. Rennie trying to spin around a check. Sent to the line. Cochran will keep it in. Tried to toe drag. Lee able to break that up. Sends it back to the point. 1 second left in the period. And the first frame will come to a close. A pair of power play goals from Jude Cochran and Gavin Moore, giving the Thunder the lead after the first period of play. Shots in that frame all even at 10 on the score sheet. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes for the second period of play. Score after one period here at the Colchester Legion Stadium. The Fundy Thunder lead the Cape Breton Jets by a score of 2-0. Welcome back for the second period of play in the U16 AAA Hockey League game. Apologies for the camera difficulties here. Gonna get it all fixed up soon enough. 7 seconds gone here in the period. Back the other way come the Thunder. Get it over the line. Huge hit along the boards. Now back the other way come the Jets. Sent down the ice, but was tipped, so icing will be waved off. McIntyre has been all over the ice. Will skate it ahead. Back the other way, Ulov. Swings in, good save made by Levat. Scores right off the draw, Maddox Rennie. Thunder take a 3-0 lead. Early here in period number 2. Worked up ahead by the Jets. Sent back up, Rennie. Work it back through, fresh off the goal. Pass it off for Cochran. Cochran's shot glove down by Levat. Faceoff will come to the right of Levitt. Shots 13-11. Favor of Fundy. Comes back out, but a tripping goal coming up as McIver got the stick in the legs of his man. Cape Breton with a chance to get on the board. Laba gets it off the draw. We'll get it out and into the Cape Breton zone. Crawley first on it. Set up all the way behind his net. Tried to leave it there, but a miscue and picked up by Cogger. He'll come out front. Jam away at it. As Crawley got his signals crossed with his man. Lee will send it ahead. Here is the aforementioned Crawley. Will get over the line. Stop up, back to the top of the umbrella for McIntyre. McIntyre, pass it off. Phillips back up top to McIntyre, has some room. Gets a return feed, back at the point, looking for a shooting lane. Finds one, but Collins able to square that up. 45 seconds gone in the penalty. Cleared away by the Thunder as they come away with the aggressive penalty kill once again. Crawley's going to have to shake a couple men. Good work by Cochran. They drag each other down to the ice. It's picked up by Butters. He'll drop it back off for Crawley. In down the left side. Shot. Whistles high and wide over the shoulder of Collins. McIntyre down to Phillips. Lost it in his skates. Lee's there to collect. Crawley wanted the pass. Lee couldn't get the shot away. 40 seconds left in the penalty. Pass across. Crawley. Back to McIntyre. McIntyre. Crawley won the return feed. Couldn't get it. Lee will swing it towards the goal. That missed. Cyril will send it down the length of the ice. Under 30 seconds left in the penalty. Phillips will work it up ice himself as the Jets get some changes in. Phillips, nice inside out move, but once again too far for himself. He snows up Collins. That's going to catch some attention as he was driving hard to the net. An offensive zone draw. One last chance on the power play here for the Jets. Quick shot off the draw, punched aside by Cooper Collins. LeBlanc just came out to the line. Penalty about to expire now. Sent across, LeBlanc will pick it up as we're back to 5-on-5. Another successful kill for Fundy, and it's turned over. Here's Moore in down the left side, trying for a carbon copy of that goal. He had back in the first period. Atkinson finds some room. We'll shovel it back down low to Moore. Moore back to Atkinson. Net comes off. A good try by those two. Labatt was able to make the save in the process. Net got kicked off. Face off one back into the corner. Moore will collect. He takes a bump and is stripped by Ward. Ward, long stretch pass ahead, missed its mark. Will be an icing call. This late whistle as White and Phillips are trying to jockey for positioning. Face off will come back down into the Cape Breton end with the Thunder up 3-0. Moore in to take the draw. He's been good in the dot tonight, but he loses that. I gotta stop saying that. Every time I say that, mentioned person ends up losing the draw. As Ward able to win that cleanly back, but the Thunder retain possession. Pass in front, Warwick on the offside 1T. He took it from behind the net. That was blocked. A good effort. Atkinson from a sharp angle put it high and over the blocker side. Warwick down low. Great cycle game here from the Thunder. Warwick will step out, sends it back to the point. Pitt's shot from well out. That's deflected wide of the goal. Moore trying to cycle it back down low. He's met by a pair of Jets. Ward able to clear it out in the second attempt. White will go off the glass and out. The safe play. Ulof tried to feed it to the middle, but he'll just feed it to himself. As he rushes in, pass it off to Rennie. Rennie's shot as he tried to curl and drag, missed on the blocker side. Morrison will poke it out. He stays with it. Pass it across. Phillips takes it. Stays onside on the play as he's angled off by Laba. Laba will poke it up ahead. Jets stay with it. Sent back. McIntyre gets it at the point. He'll send it down low for Morrison as he takes a bump from Laba as well. Rennie comes away with it. Cochran looking for the stretch pass. He'll pass it off to Ulof instead. Ulof tried to dodge a check. He's able to get it down deep as Rennie will pick it up in the corner. Here's Ulof. Sends it out front. Was looking for his man who pinched up off the point. Laba ahead to Cochran. Down the right side, drops it back. Ulof curls and fires one. Blocker save made by Labatt. Lee will leave it. Jets pick it up. Butters goes rink wide to Pemberton. Pemberton long pass ahead. Deflected in by Mason Crawley. Behind the goal. Searle ahead. Too far for Rennie. And it will be an icing call here against the Thunder. Face off. Won by the Thunder. Singer will pick it up. He fires it across. Rennie couldn't find it, but it's going to end up going all the way in on goal. Levat trying to find it. He'll be forced to cover up. So a near icing turns into now an offensive zone draw here for the Thunder. 13:37 to go here. Goals from Rennie, Moore, and Cochran as the Thunder lead by a score of 3-0. Toss up off the draw. Tatry will send it down low. Centering pass by Gagnon was looking for Cogger in front. Jets pick it up, swatted away, and Tatry has been all over the ice, the AP for the Thunder. Centering pass to Cogger, didn't get a lot on it. Sent to the line. Cyril kept it in momentarily, but it's turned right back over to Butters. He'll gain the red line and send it in deep. Comes to the line, LeBlanc able to keep it in, finds it in his feet as he tries to weave his way in. Picked up now by Tatry. 2-on-2 back the other way. Tatry to the middle, shoot, save made. Rebounds there for Cogger. He puts it off the outside of the post. Levat lost his goal stick. Transition comes Lee. Pitts will fire it out. The center, Crawley trying to tip it back in. Be a delayed offside, so that'll give the Thunder time to work with it. Turn back over, Crawley hauled down by Atkinson. Then Atkinson takes a good hack from Crawley, and a penalty upcoming to the Jets once again. Sent up the wall is trying to get Collins to go to the bench. Cogger takes a bump. He gets a return feed. Lost it as he's bumped by Crawley. Crawley finally able to get possession. He'll be heading to the box for 2 or less. Rennie in to take the draw. Scored right off a face-off last time. This time Jets were trying to smother it, but Ulof gets it, fires it through traffic. Save was made by Levat. Swung back up the wall. Ulof will keep it in. Watch that right flank. Cochran wide open. Singer in off the point. Good save made by Levat. Rennie will cut in. He's tripped up. Cleared away, but Singer picks it up. Rink wide pass is looking for Cochran. Sent down the ice. Could have been a stretch pass back the other way. Collins will pick it up. Has Smith McNeil in on him. He'll reverse it behind the goal. And Ulof will pick it up. Leaves it for Singer behind the net. Rennie. Pass through the middle. Cochran. Peels back. Stays with it. He'll send it ahead for Rennie. Rennie. Switches spots with Warwick. Will hand it off. Singer. D-to-D pass. Ulof. Down low Cochran. You can see that left flank. They keep it wide open down low until the pass gets through. That leaves Cochran enough time there on that right side to make a quick decision and deal with it. He had a lot of time there to try to feather it cross crease. Luckily for the Jets, it was blocked up. 40 seconds left in the penalty. Ulof sends one towards the net. Patted aside by Levitt. Now at 2-on-1 back the other way. Simmons. Pass it off. Here's Smith McNeil. In short-handed. Good save by Collins. Rebounds there. Shot. Another save by Cooper Collins. It's sent out by the Thunder. Will not be icing. 2 big short-handed chances for the Jets and a pair of huge saves from Collins. Now turned over back the other way. Atkinson into the backhand. Shoots. Levat makes a save. Action both ways. 9 seconds left in the penalty to Crawley. Face-off won by the Thunder. Trying to go through the seam was Pitts. He found it but didn't find his man. Moore steps to the middle, shoots! Tried to go short side, blocker save made by Levat as he's being swarmed in front. They score. Jacob Cogger As the pressure too much for Levat. He's not happy. As two members of the Thunder just left wide open in front of the goal. Cross crease in front finds Cogger, and he makes it 4-0 for the home side. It's after the power play expired, so it won't go down as a power play goal. A timeout will be called here by the Cape Breton Jets as they try to get things back on track. Back and ready to go as the Jets just trying to get something here. They're heavily under pressure here in this second period. Collins comes out of his net. We'll leave it for Jack White. Pass ahead, deflected out to center. LeBlanc back to collect for the Jets. White stick handles with it, and we'll throw it back in deep as Levat comes out of his net. We'll stop it up. Shovel it behind the net. Pemberton up the wall was looking for Morrison. Kicked back in momentarily. Nearly an odd man rush back the other way. Ward overskated it. LeBlanc stays with it. Now Morrison. In. Good toe drag. Moose stays with it. Off forehand. Good save made by Collins. Pardon me, that was Cohen Morrison. Excellent power move to toe drag pass one. He dropped the shoulder and took it to the net. Around the wall off the draw. Comes out. Swatted away by the Thunder. Rennie will find it, but it's sent back in by Ward. Spinning and firing as Morrison says on that. Phillips is there. Collins covers up once again. Moore and Atkinson with the assists on Cogger's goal. Gavin Morris had an outstanding game for the Thunder. I think that's now 3 points for him. Face off uncleanly back by the Jets. Shot off the draw. Penalty upcoming as some jousting off the draw. Puck comes free. Cleared away. Now we Fundy. We'll go to the backs. Nathan Labo will head off for head contact. And you're not going to say it's a must score with almost 30 minutes left in the game, but a power play goal here for the Jets would do some wonders in terms of swinging some momentum back their way. They'll get Phillips out here for this offensive zone draw against Uloth. Uloth wins it cleanly back. Around the wall, unable to clear the Thunder. Butters back to Crawley, who was manning the point. Passed in, missed its mark, and Cogger will pick it up and send it down the ice. And he'll give chase and just try to pin it against the wall and kill off some clock as he works in on Crawley, lifts his stick, knocked it right out of his hands. Great work from Cogger. Uloth's going to fire right back into his own end. Cyril, D-to-D for Cooper Singer. He'll fire it off the glass, get it out to center. Crawley will stop up as he gets it in, but it's turned back over. Singer will go D-to-D. Garrett Cyril will send it down the ice. Great kill so far from the Thunder. Nearly a minute gone. And not much offensive zone time here for the Jets so far. McIntyre pass through the middle. Finds Lee. He'll get it in deep. Cyril will take a peek behind him. He'll rim it around the wall. Crawley there to keep it in. I see man's a left point here on this man advantage. Down low, Lee. Stops up, circles back. Crawley wants it. Pass it back, and then gets the return feed as they play pitching catch along that left side. Crawley finds some open room. Sends it back down low to Lee. Butters in front of that. Pass it back. Oh, Crawley shoots. Hollins makes a save. Thunder unable to clear. McIntyre, but it's going to be whistled down. Net comes off. .38 seconds ago in the penalty to Laba, and the Jets starting to pressure here. Collins be able to shut the door for now. Now comes back to those two huge short-handed saves when it was still 3-0. What would you know, the Thunder go back the other way and score right after the power play expired. White spins off a check. Will try to send it, hit the backside of Gagnon. Thunder unable to clear. Cochran gets back in the play, deflects the passing attempt. Chipped away. Lee will keep it in as he gets bumped by Cochran. Poke back to the point. Phillips can find it. Comes back to the blue line. McIntyre just able to keep it in. And another good save by McIntyre at the point. McIntyre weaves his way in, stops back. Penalty almost set to expire. Butters back to McIntyre as we're back to 5 aside. McIntyre spins off a check. Hands off. Crawley trying to shoot from a sharp angle. That missed high and wide. Phillips gets to try to pass it out front to Lee. Cleared away. McIntyre dives for it. Gagnon will go chase. He has a step. Crawley, who's been on the whole 2 minutes, still has a bit of gas left. Sharp angle shot. Lavatte makes a save. Crawley, long stretch pass ahead. Missed everybody. Icing waved off. Spinning in front. That was LeBlanc. As he tries to make a play off the back of the net. As he jockeys for position with his counterparts. Pulled free, comes out in front. Back up the wall. Warwick tried to one-touch it to the middle. Kicked up to the point. LeBlanc sends it back down low. Cyril. It's a bump from Penny. Warwick will slow it down. Pass it off through the middle. Atkinson gets it out to center. Will kill a bit of pressure here. Under 6 to play here in the second period. Good play, but offside. A delayed offside call. Smith McNeil was nearly in. A late whistle on the offside. Face-off will come just outside the Fundy end. McIver has some room through center. He'll turn on the Jets. Jackson McIver drives wide. Bumps his man. Will curl all the way around the net. Swing it. Tried to center it. Out in front and hit a skate, and Smith McNeil will pick it up. Turn back over. Cogger in over the line. His shot deflected wide. Lee will get it out. No high stick on the play. Pulled free momentarily. Now Smith McNeil will pick it up. His Simmons with him. Will shovel it to the middle. That'll be a delayed offside, but it's cleared out anyway. Back to Black. Seth Black sends it to the middle. Good play. Penny will try to get a shot on. Couldn't. A second chance opportunity. Whistles wide. White trying to make a move in his own end. It does end up coming to center. Smith McNeil. Pass it off. Simmons. Pair it up. Pass it. D to D for Black. He gains the red line and will float it in deep as he absorbs a check from McIver. Rimmed all the way around the wall as McIver couldn't find it. It'll be an icing call here against Fundy. Just under 4.5 to go in this second period. Off to the right of Cooper Collins, one cleanly back by the Jets. Shot from McDonald, that was sent wide of the goal. Singer will send it behind the net. First on it is Jack White. White ahead, Tatry lost it in his foot. Phillips will swat it right back in. Singer will pick it up for Fundy. So the Jets continue to press here, trying to find the score sheet. So it's flipped off the glass and out. Good draw, wait. No icing on the play. Fundy will try to get in as many changes as they can as McDonald will pick it up in his own end. McDonald ahead. Swung in. The penalty is upcoming, and I think it's going to go against the Thunder. Going to be Logan Tatry going off for slashing. And the Jets will get another power play. You can only play with fire so long. With 3:49 left in the period, the Jets another chance. Shots 26-19 in favor of the Thunder. Rimmed around, Warwick will get it out to center. McIntyre set up in his own end. He'll circle up behind the net. And wait for the Jets to set up their breakout here. Zach McIntyre. Puck hopped on him, so he was looking for the pass. Now he gets it. Over from Phillips, has some speed and some room down that left side. He'll stop up. Turn back over. Ulof will send it down deep. Over 30 seconds gone already in the penalty to Tatry. McIntyre will skate it up ice himself. Nearly stripped. Now it is turned over. Ulof will take a peek behind him, send it back. And that'll allow Reed to send it to the line. Kept in by McIntyre. Reed winds and fires. Caught Morrison right on the shin pad. It does come out, so McIntyre will have to reset. That was a bullet that Reed stepped into. McIntyre will stop up. So he's bumped by Laba. Morrison gonna try to step out front with it. He's bumped. Puck still there on the side of the goal. Collins finds it with his blocker. And will cover up. 43 seconds left in the penalty. Just about 2.5 left to go in the period. Lee comes in to line up against Gavin Moore. Run back by the Jets. LeBlanc able to hold it in momentarily. He recovers, or else Atkinson was nearly away. LeBlanc will pick it up in his own end. Stephane LeBlanc leaves it for Crawley as he tries to stutter step. Almost lost an edge. He finds a space off the left side. Moore trying to stay with him. Crawley leaves it for Lee. Lee gains the line. Drops it off for Butters. Butters back down low for Lee. Back up top, Butters. Rink wide. Crawley handles it on his backhand. 10 seconds left in the penalty. Crawley, and off the left side, shot. Hit his own man in front. Butters will pick it back up. Shovel it down low to Lee. Lee works down low, back to 5 aside. It's another successful PK for the Thunder. Almost came out in front, but stripped by White. White will chip it ahead. 3-on-1 back the other way. Atkinson has Moore with him over. Moore, one-timer, good save. Rebounds there. Swatted away by Crawley. Great save by Levatt. As Moore let one go. Right off the stick. Didn't even hesitate. He knew what he was doing. Levatt able to stick out the blocker, make the save. Just over a minute left in this period. McIver. Back down low, Moore. Trying to find it in his skates as he's there with Atkinson. Lee finds it. He's dog-tired from the power play. Last minute to play now. Sent ahead. LeBlanc will carry it up ice for Cape Breton as they look to get something here in the last minute. Crawley is kept to the outside by McIver as they battle for it. Cogger will get it out. Icing waved off. Good thing about being at the end of the period. Cyril throw it down deep as the Thunder tag up. Thunder 30 seconds to play here in the period. McIntyre. Pivot, sends it behind the net for Black. Black back around to McIntyre. McIntyre up the wall. One touch to the middle. Kyver bumps his man. Butters pass across. Black steps in from his defensive position. Down, tried to center it, picked up by Singer. He'll flip it out. 3 seconds left in the period. That'll do it for the middle frame. Thunder add 2 more in the second period. They're up 4-0 after 2 periods. Shots 27-19 in favor of the Thunder. We'll step aside for 10-15 minutes for the second intermission. Once again, score after 2 periods of play. The Fundy Thunder lead the Cape Breton Jets 4-0. Welcome back. Third period of play. The Thunder leading the visiting Cape Breton Jets by a score of 4-0. Jacob Cogger and Maddox Rennie adding goals in that second period. Jets have their chances. They've had a boatload of power plays. That hits the netting and goes up and in to the Thunder bench. The Jets have had numerous power plays during this game, but just unable to find the score sheet. Cooper Collins, 19 stops right now. Thunder out shooting the Jets 26-19. Comes back to point. Searle keeps it in. Cochran, he has a goal in this game. He and Gavin Moore scored back in the first period. Searle, last man back, has to dodge the official. It's turned over. Smith McNeil hauled down. He lost an edge. That caught the official in the corner. Simmons trying to find it. It's flipped out by Cooper Singer. McIntyre, who's probably logged the most ice time in this game in general tonight, sends it down, missed a stick, and will be an icing call against the Jets. Number 4, Zach McIntyre, there on the far side, has probably logged more ice time than anybody in this game. It seems like every second shift he's on the ice for this Cape Breton club. He'll be forced to stay on here due to the icing call. The defensive zone draw here as Moore wins it cleanly back. White down the left side, had it poked away from him by Pemberson. Cycled down low by Warwick. Pemberson first on it. Still send it around to the near far side as Atkinson tried to cut back. He does, and then he pivots again. Sends it down low. Moore. Fischel nearly got taken out there. He's clutching at his knee. So centering pass in front. Moore was looking for it. Now back the other way. A 2-on-1 if they hurry. Smith McNeil in, shoots, save made by Collins, big rebound given up. And a penalty is going to be upcoming, and I think it's going to go against the Thunder. An interference call. It's going to come up against Simon Pitts. So he was trying to tie up his man who was going to the net for the rebound. It'll be an interference call, and the Jets once again will get a power play. You can see the official moving gingerly. I think what happened is the Thunder were cycling down low. I think someone came up behind him, caught him off guard, was trying to skate past. It might have been a skate, catching the back of the skate, and then your leg just kind of jerks. Still stretching that out there. Over on the near side as the Jets will collect in their own end. They'll look to set up. It's Phillips, the captain. Send it ahead. Crawley will have to give chase. Lee will send it towards the middle for Crawley. There's Butters. Scans, hands it off for Crawley. Crawley rink wide to Phillips. So he tries to work by Reed. Reed stays with him. So Phillips will cycle it down low. 40 seconds gone on the penalty. Uloth will rim it back around. Phillips there to meet the loose puck. Phillips back up top, switches spots with McIntyre, passed it off. Crawley will go rink wide for McIntyre, who picks it up, pivot back into his own blue line. Zach McIntyre walks the line, stops up, pass it for Phillips. Phillips, shot wide of the net. Under a minute to go in the power play for the Cape Breton Jets now. McIntyre down low, Lee. Back to Crawley on that left side, back to Lee. Return feed in front for Crawley. Went through his legs, it comes back to McIntyre. Overshot, one-timer comes in from Phillips. Back to point, McIntyre. Shot, whistles wide. That comes off once again. Whistle it down again. It's Collins pushing off, knocking the net loose, and then when he pushes off again, it's just going to completely come off. I think that's what Phillips is asking right there. 30 seconds exactly left in the power play. 17 left in the period. Cochran in for the defensive zone draw against Lee. Lee wins it. McIntyre gets it at the right point. He'll stop up, pass it off for Crawley. Down low, looking for the tip was Butters. Sees that big body on the blue paint. Crawley return feed down low for Butters. Butters back to Crawley, shoots. That's blocked by Singer. Cochran trying to go for it. McIntyre meets him there. He'll pick it up. Zach McIntyre. Penalty over, back to 5-a-side. Working his way in as Phillip. Center and pass. Cleared away by the Thunder. Warwick's going to beat out the icing as Lovat notices and comes out and plays it. McIntyre through the middle. Moore will go skate to stick, but couldn't find it. Now he gets it back. Gavin Moore on the backhand. Up high, Lovat makes a stop with the glove. Another successful penalty kill for the Thunder. And they're getting their looks here tonight. Moore lines up against Ward. Jets get it off the draw. LeBlanc spins it behind the net. Black up the wall, didn't get a lot on it. Moore works in, sharp angle shot. Save made by Lovat. Atkinson trying to work around LeBlanc, stays with it. Atkinson over to Moore, another sharp angle shot, whistles wide. Jack White will hold it in. Second chance effort, McDonald gets it out. Swatted right back in by White. So Thunder will be forced to tag up. Flipped up ahead, hard hit along the boards as Warwick leveled his man. LeBlanc slow to get to his feet. And that broke his fishbowl right off his helmet. He'll have to go to the bench. He's keeled over, shot comes in. Rimmed around. Laba chips it ahead. Atkinson weaves wide. Spun around. McDonald jockey's for position. Laba bumps his man to the ice. Penalty coming. Unsportsmanlike. Someone's getting teed up. It's going to be LeBlanc after he took the hit. He was still barking from the bench. He'll go off for unsportsmanlike. Power play coming up for Thunder. They already have 2 during the game. Officials talking it over here at center. So the play before, LeBlanc took a hard hit along the boards and his face mask came right off of his helmet. He's pleading his case to the official right now. LeBlanc's going to go to the room here. Penny's going to go over and serve now. Now LeBlanc back on the bench. We'll wait and see the call. It could be a case where he's getting his helmet fixed. He can't be in the box with no helmet. So he's still trying to get it fixed up on the Cape Breton bench. Now LeBlanc will go to the room. It's a lengthy delay here. The linesman is going to go over and talk to the official. The initial call was unsportsmanlike, but it depends on what's said if he gets tossed from the game. So we'll wait for the initial official announcement. Still 14:45 left to go. In this third period. Looks like we're ready to go. Power play here for the Thunder. Rimmed around the wall. McIntyre that will go all the way down the ice. So just 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike. So that makes me think that LeBlanc has to go off the ice. Since he doesn't have a helmet, his helmet's getting fixed. He can't be on the bench. He can't be in the box. So it's sent back door, Warwick. So I assume once LeBlanc's helmet gets fixed up on the bench, he'll be allowed to go to the box. So they just have Ryan Penny in there serving it. Andrew Penny in there serving it for the Jets. Until LeBlanc can come back onto the ice, whenever that might be. So Rennie jockeys for position. LeBlanc, McIntyre will pick it up. Circles back into his own end. Just about a minute gone in the penalty as he'll send it down the length of the ice. Eula circles back into his own end. Tried to pass it off, fanned on it. He'll have to set it up behind his own net as he leaves it for Singer. Passed across Rennie. Stripped and now back the other way, shorthanded. Smith McNeil shoots off the post and comes back out behind Collins. Smith McNeil, that's his third shorthanded chance of the night. Long stretch pass picked up by McIntyre. And back the other way with numbers again. Smith McNeil, cross ice, hopped over the stick of Simmons. Send one to the corner, picked up by Rennie. You can see the power play just tired on the ice of Fundy. They're not moving much. One person who is moving is McIntyre right now as he got his stick lifted, got it up ice. Back the other way, Warwick. Through the middle, picked off by Smith McNeil. He's been excellent, especially short-handed. He'll get it down the ice, and that'll pretty much do it for the penalty. Penny about to step out. LeBlanc looks like he's got his helmet back. He'll step onto the ice at the next whistle. So we're back to five-a-side. Moore. Down the left side, shoots. Glove save made by Daniel Lavatte. LeBlanc now does make his way back onto the ice and onto the bench. Everybody out of the box. We're back to five-a-side. Moore into lineup against Ward. Ward wins that cleanly back. McDonald rims it around to the far side. Phillips trying to kick it back, turned over, passed off. Here's Moore down the right side, fanned on the shot. Stays with it. Takes a bump. Black will pick it up. Rim it around. White has to hurry, but won't get there quick enough. He'll have to retreat back into his own end. Jack White all the way behind his net. Pass it ahead. Atkinson tried to kick it up ahead. Second chance, he does get it to Moore. Passed off. Here's Jack White. Dumps it in cross corner, and the Thunder will give chase. No more. Behind the net. Cogger couldn't handle it cleanly, and it's picked up by Ward. Has some speed through the neutral zone. Ward drives wide, able to beat White. Sends it to the middle. Shot wide of the goal by Colin Morrison. Ward gets it back, cuts to the middle, tried to send it down low. Morrison was trying to make his way towards the goal. Pass didn't make its way through. Off the stick of Isaac Ward. Back the other way, Ward, he's tripped up. Penalties upcoming. It's going to be Laba going off once again, and the Jets will once again get another power play. The Fundy penalty kill's getting a workout in this contest, but still have yet to give anything up. 11 and a half exactly to go here in the third period. Off the draw, picked up. Cogger trying to flip it ahead, stays with it. Jacob Cogger trying to drive wide on Crawley. Just barrel his way to the net. Cogger trying to stay with McIntyre. McIntyre send it too far for Lee in front. Searle back into his own end. Spin, try to fire it ahead, then circle back. Picked up by Butters. Back to Crawley to McIntyre. Return feed, Crawley. And off the left point, has some room. Crawley in, shoots. Collins got a piece of it with the shoulder. 40 seconds gone, the penalty. McIntyre leaves it for Crawley. Uloth pressing. Nice move by Crawley, stays with it. Couldn't get the shot away. Cogger will pinch him down low as Crawley tries to work it out. Cogger stays there, gets it to the line. McIntyre cuts to the middle, sends one towards the goal. Rebounds there. Collins smothers it. 1:01 left to go in the power play for the Jets. They try to reset the pegs to Collins' right. It's been a problem this period. So they're going to do the old Gatorade bottle and try to get those pegs set. Ready to go back to the right of Collins. Minute left in the penalties. It's cleared out to center. McIntyre set up behind his net. Turnover. Cochran overskated it. Sends it back to the middle. Gagnon was trying to find some free ice. He tries to kill off some time. Crawley ahead to McIntyre. Well skated out Zach McIntyre. Faked the dump in. Now he will rim it around. Crawley first on it as he circles back. To the point, cuts back. Pivot again. Pass it off. McIntyre in. Shot high on the blocker side of Collins. 20 seconds left in the penalty. That goes through the feet of Crawley and all the way back into the Jets' end. Hudson Crawley trying to work his way in. Takes a bump. Atkinson can't clear. Butters will rim it all the way back in. 2 seconds left. That'll do it for the penalty. Another successful kill. Sent ahead. Atkinson takes it cleanly. Labo with him. Atkinson trying to work in. Takes a bump. Sends it to the net. It's Laba and Lee get mixed up. Front of the net. Check that at Atkinson. It's going to be Lee who goes off, and I think he'll be the only one. Atkinson tries to get his helmet back on. A roughing call against Parker Lee, and it'll be a Fundy power play here with 9:20 to go. Ahead. It's Smith McNeil once again short-handed. He just comes out of nowhere. It's almost a get off to the races there. Ulof trying to settle the puck down as it's rolling on him. A weave through the middle. Skated through himself. Another penalty upcoming to the Jets. They'll just give it right up to Pemberton. It's going to be LeBlanc going off. It's going to be slashing, and he's going to go to the room. And he got teed up for a 10, so it'll be a long 5-on-3 here. Minute 38 for the Thunder. You seen the official signal the 10 to the bench, so I think LeBlanc got teed up for a 10 as well, 2 and a 10. But Crawley's just going to go serve the penalty. As he along with McIntyre have logged a ton of ice time. Speaking of McIntyre, he'll make his way back on the ice for the 5-on-3. Get that kid some ice bags after this game. Shot comes in from Singer. Back to the point. Extended 5-on-3 here for the Thunder. Rennie, center and pass, blocked by Pemberton. Rink wide. Eula turned over, sent ahead. Singer stays with it. Rink wide, Rennie. Rennie, pass off Cochran. Slows up. Pass across. Rennie, one-timer. Hit the outside of the post. Levac caught a piece of it, and as he's going post to post, that net comes off. 1:06 left in the initial penalty. Smith McNeil will go to the benches. Isaac Ward will come on for the defensive zone draw here. He's been good in the dot, and now he's going to lose it like I've been saying all night. I got to quit saying that, but he actually has been great in the face-off tonight. And he loses it. Ulof wins that one cleanly as the Thunder look to set up. Here's Cooper Singer. Pass it across. Ulof down low. Pass across. Singer. Puck was rolling on. Couldn't settle it down. Rennie's shot. Up and over the goal. Cochran. Spins and fires from a sharp angle. That'll whiz all the way back out. Singer will collect. 40 seconds left in the initial penalty to Lee. Singer, nice cutback, fake cutback there by Cooper Singer. Pass it off, Cochran. Rennie. Try to go rink wide. Singer's there. He'll dive for it. Sent away, and now back the other way. Comes Ward. Ward back to Pemberton. Warwick. Got dumped by Pemberton, but the hands got up, and another penalty coming. And Rennie's just going to give it right to Pemberton. Head contact call. $22 more seconds of 5-on-3 time for the Thunder. Face off will come just outside of the Thunder zone. Moore will win that back. 15 seconds left in the penalty. Being served by Crawley. He'll come out of the box here soon. Kyver. Back to Atkinson. Pass it across. Moore on that right side. Has some room. Got Moore. Cuts to the middle. Pass it back. 5-on-4 now. Pitts. His shot. That's deflected. Didn't make its way on goal. Donald will try to send it ahead. Crawley's there, as is Phillips. He'll send it off. Phillips picks it up. Pitts will pinch up at the line and stay with him. It's a reverse to Pitts. A minute 20 left in the penalty. I mean, that almost turned over. Now it is turned over. Crawley on the wraparound. Save made by Cooper Collins. Back the other way, McIver. Lost it. Throw it down low. Moore. First on it. Try to shield away. It's a down low. Cogger. He has a goal in this game as he's working down low. Great work from Cogger. Now Moore. Hands it off. Down low. Cogger. Shot from a sharp angle. Puck still there. Levat. Scores! Just squeaked through. I think it's Cogger again on the doorstep. Levat thought he had it, but he didn't. Jacob Cogger back-to-back goals for the Thunder here. Makes it 5-0, and it's their third power play goal of the game. And I think that's been the difference maker. You can't say that the Jets haven't had their fair share of power play time. McIntyre off the draw. Being watched over by Warwick. McIntyre tried to delay and send it ahead. He lost the puck. Cleared away. Smith McNeil lost it. Thunder will have to tag up as it's sent back in deep to the Cape Breton end. Pemberton. Head slowed down. Picked up by Simmons. Turned right back over and thrown back in. McIntyre first on it. He's bumped by Laba. Now in the corner, Tatry. The AP working down low. He's bumped. Sent ahead. Smith McNeil. Shot save made by Collins. First around the wall, Reed. Head Warwick will one-touch it to the middle. Gagnon. Over the line, sends one towards the net. That's deflected to the corner by Lovat. Tatry will throw it down low as he needs a change. Rennie takes a peek behind him. Stop up as he takes a bump. Sent back to the point. Shot through traffic is blocked by Pemberton. Under 5 to play now here in the third period. Uloth. Uloth stays with it. Try to send it in front. Rennie. Back up top. Pitts. Finds it through traffic. Deflected. They score! And it's Simon Pitts. It was deflected by a Jets player. And that's what Jude Cochran was mentioning. It changed directions. Everybody went towards Cochran. He's like, no, that wasn't me. Newloss going to go let the official know. He'll get the puck. I think that'll be Pitts' first under 16 goal. Maybe not how he wanted it or how he thought it was going to go, but he'll take them. He makes it 6-0 in favor of the Thunder. Pitts. Rink wide to Maddox. Rennie. He'll go back cross ice. He's looking for Cochran. Cochran trying to find it. Sent to the middle. Ulof. Back to Searle. Deflected in. They're going to say he didn't get a stick on it. It's going to be an icing call against the Thunder. .355 to go to this one. Thunder just will try to get out of here with any wrongdoing here, because it's been a chippy affair, especially in this third period. Crawley gets it behind the net, try to make a move, stays with it, kicks it straight to stick. Sharp angle shot. Save was made off the shoulder of Collins. Back to the point. McDonald. Down low. Crawley sharp angle. Sent it wide of the goal. And ahead, Lee. Pass it off for McDonald. He'll work it up ahead. McDonald back to Butters. I'll slow it down, try to gain some speed through the neutral zone. Dump it in as he's bumped by Warwick. Singer has some time. Send it across Searle. Stops up, tries to send it back behind the net. Pass it off for Singer. Singer. Flip it way up. Warwick will give chase on Black. Black able to send it ahead. Crawley. It's it into the zone. Flipped back out. Warwick. Send it to the middle. Crawley picks it off. Crawley. Takes it to the outside. Gets back to his forehand, but put it off the outside of the net as he was dumped behind the goal. Sent ahead. Warwick lifts his man stick. Atkinson will try to chip it ahead. It's a battle in front of the Fundy bench. Lee dumps his man behind the net. Singer's going to go over and give him a bump. Dangerous hit in front of the Fundy bench. The referees are going to talk it over. checking from behind, so Lee's going to be gone. 2:18 to go. .218, that'll pretty much be a power play for the rest of the game for the Thunder. So staff looking for an explanation on the Jets bench. I think they're just looking for someone to serve the penalty. So Pemberton will go over and serve the remainder. We're underway. Uloth wins that cleanly back to the point. Singer cuts in, tried to go back door. Ward lost it, sent back to the point. Uloth down low. Cochran tried to go rink wide for Rennie. Singer will pick it up at the left point. Try to send one towards the goal. That was deflected into the corner. Cochran will pick it up. Warwick there as well. Warwick lines a puck, swings it through the seam. Gets its way through, back to the point. Singer. Pass it over. Ulof sends one towards the goal. Save made by Levat. Backdoor pass. Cochran settles it down. He airmailed it. 1:34 to go here in this game. Cochran, the puck was rolling on him, and he just lifted it up and over. In a 6-0 game, that's something you can have a laugh about as the Thunder are doing, going to the bench. So Thunder will move ahead of the Jets in the standings. A big win for them. As Pitts hands it off. McIver circles by one. Deeps his way through. He'll do a full lap around the ice, and McIver stays with it. McIver drives wide. Still has it. McIver will just cut out, and he sends it high. Up and over the shoulder of Levat. McIver back to Atkinson. Atkinson takes a healthy hack from McIntyre. Atkinson walks in, and another penalty coming. It's McIntyre. Will get a much-deserved rest, honestly. He must have played well over 20 minutes in this one. He'll go off with 1:01 remaining. Another 5-on-3 here for the Thunder. They just look to close this one out. They win the draw. Here's Pitts. He'll step in. Shot missed high. Comes out. Cogger looking for the hat trick. Levat able to make the stop and smother it. Moore will line up against Phillips. Comes out McIver. Leaves wide. Sends it back door looking for Cogger. Just missed. Moore will send it back. Pitts settles it down. Moore. Rink wide McIver. Moore gets it on that right flank. Cuts to the middle. His shot is deflected up on high and wide. Atkinson. Down low, McIver absorbs a check. Picked up by Cogger, back to the point, 20 seconds to go. Atkinson, first penalty about to expire. Save made by Levat, puck's there. Levat will cover up. Face off to the right of Daniel Labatt, despite the scoreline, has not had a bad game at all. 30 saves for the Cape Breton goaltender. Cogger comes in to take the draw after Moore shown out of the dot. Pitts. Cross ice McIver. Lines and fires, saved by Labatt. Another chance, Labatt, one more stop. For good measure with 5 seconds left. The face-off. Will stay inside Cape Breton zone as this game will come to a close. Cooper Collins, 26 save shutout. As the Fundy Thunder defeat the Cape Breton Jets by a score of 6-0. You think back, the tide really turned even though it was 3-0 at that point. Cooper Collins with those two huge short-handed saves, and he's rewarded with a well-deserved shutout here tonight. Thanks for tuning in for this one here on High Button Sports. Catch all the Nova Scotia Under-16 AAA Hockey League action on High Button Sports. Final score here from the Colchester Legion Stadium. The Fundy Thunder defeat the Cape Breton Jets